that should be... Yeah, there we go. That should be working now. Okay, now I just need to copy the link. Okay. Let's see. Got to make sure that this is announced properly. Perfect. Copy. There we go. A mix of creative and survival. And perfect. Post. Okay, there we go. Now I can get into things. Okay, perfect. Now, okay, so first up is going to be just some creative gameplay. And, yeah. So let's see if there's anything that I can add back into this build. I want to start getting some micro details in place, but I don't think that there's going to be really too much main building elements. Yeah, I think it's just going to be down to the small details. That should be fine though, realistically. Okay. And there we go. Make sure that I have everything correct. I wonder if there's any other forms of parkour that could end up being worked on. I know that this is a very fun system. Oh yeah, let's there we go. Just build this in to make it look a little nicer. Oh, whoops, wrong spot. Perfect. That should be all the detailing needed. Okay. So now, yeah, let's try building another structure. Kind of wish I had my Minecraft open so that way I could do a little bit of build crossovers. But I think that that is fine, realistically. Okay. Yeah. Whoops, I need to actually... Yeah, there we go. Now I can see concurrent viewers. This needs to have a roof still. I'm not too pleased with things so far, but it's definitely not bad. What type of roof would be the one that I would probably like to use? Probably a blackwood. Yeah, blackwood was definitely the case. And the nice thing is that we have the hangover right here. So that's able to work just really nicely. Perfect. that segment's a little bit rough, but I don't think it's too bad. So now we just need to fill this in. And then will be completed for this side's roof. Yeah, we'll go down that path as well, I think. I really wish that it did copy the bottom layer, though. That would end up allowing quite a lot in my eyes. Oh, I need to... Oh, can I not place this here? There we go. Now I can. That was actually really tricky. There we go. No, I need not softwood, but we need hardwood. Yeah, hardwood planks. They'll, whoops, there we go. That will blend in just a little bit further. So that has that taken care of. Then I'll just put that in there. Perfect. That gives the front at least a nice little makeover, in my opinion. There we go. So the first one should just be a nice straight layer all the way across. And then we just add in the nice little trimming. And dark wood. And fill this in. There we go. Now we just slowly fill in the rest. There we go. And what did I do over here? That's the question. It looks like... Oh, it looks like it was just 2. It wasn't even lifted up. Well, it was lifted up on one bit, but not the second. There we go. Yeah, I do like that visual. It does make it look a lot more alive, and the fact that we don't have to deal with the this jut out part is honestly what I think is probably the best for it, but there are definitely still things that I would like to have a bit different. Also, I completely forgot how smooth the building tools are. There we go. Haven't done mass building in a little short bit, so feeling a little bit rusty. What did we do over here? Ah, I see. We ended up popping this in place right here. Oops, I actually needed that still. And then the last roofing bit. Perfect. Ah, that looks so clean. Then we just need to fill in the back segment. And done. And then finally, just fill in this final quadrant. And then we'll be really all completed with where we're at right now, which I think is really nice. Okay. Perfect. Fill this in. Double step. No, yeah, that's right. This needs to be filled in as well. I was wondering why it felt so wrong. There we go. And then all the 2 lengths. Up, and then hardwood, 2 length. And then go back through and fill in the 1 lengths. Perfect. And then I think I am going to fill in the roofing on this underside just to add in a little extra consistency across the board. Just makes it feel a little bit more completed as a build. Hmm. Now, as for this part, though, this part might actually be a little bit trickier to navigate. I think what we want to do is have it slope up normally, and then after sloping up normally, I think we want to get a, oops, I can't spell, there we go. I should have just typed in Blackwood. No, yeah, steep slope. I need that. There we go. That fills it in just a little bit more nicely, I would say. Maybe it could even come down to here, possibly. Ooh, that is very nasty looking. I know we can get something for it. Maybe we just get rid of this, and then we continue to slope it up the correct way. There we go. That should end up being... Okay, then I just need the last roofing, which is the top roof. Perfect. Nice. That's looking great. I do want to actually pull this out one more layer, though. Oops. There we go. Just feels like it would make it a little bit more clean. Okay, where is the Blackwood? Now, if we could rotate these upside down, that would be so awesome, but we can't. So I think that this will be the best that we can do. At least on so far. There'll be a lot to that will be added in the future, but we're not in the future yet, so we gotta wait patiently. Already, though, like just the sheer quantity of building capacity feels so good. Yeah, a little bit awkward, I would definitely say, but not the worst. I do wish that we could have smooth segmenting. That would actually go so well here. But now we just repeat this on the other side. So let's grab our single slope, our length slope, and fill in the upside down because we don't have smooth connection currently. There we go. Perfect. Okay, then where did we end up starting here? We did end up starting with just these singles. And that is... the single blocks are just so good in my eyes, just because this little underside is probably just perfect for building with. it doesn't have this all this extra nonsense. So if they did end up implementing that, that would end up being so good. Okay, now we need to double it. There we go. And then it goes back to the single height. And then last but not least, we have the roof. There we go. That is filling in absolutely wonderfully. Now I think that we can start to try to fill in elsewhere, possibly. Oh, there we go. I got it in. And we need to fill in a short segment. Perfect. And fill in there as well. Just that those segments are just really not pleasant, I would have to say. Just how much it juts out. Keep harping on it, but that's because it's the only thing I dislike about the roofs. They're just so good, and it's just so sad to see them not working like that. And then we get an upside down, and we roof fill in like that. And we can even go back to here. Nah, I think we'll just leave it there. Perfect. Oh, and then I forgot to fill in the upside down stairs right there. Oh, and right here. Perfect. Can you? Not a simple walk up, unfortunately, but that's fine. Now we have the top, and I am a little bit unsure. I think we can just follow the standard approach. There we go. Yeah. Following standard approach is definitely the correct call. Okay, then we just need to go up. Oops. Yeah. And just a couple more blocks, and we'll have filled it in all the way. One full. There we go. Oh, I forgot to go down to this layer. Perfect. And then we just grab the upside down, and we fill in the top segment. And last but not least, upside down staircase is to just fill in these jagged edges as much as possible. Yeah, perfect. Then I can't remember fully what was left of this build. Now I could boot up Minecraft. So that way we could end up seeing. It's not fully a bad idea though. Just so that way the build can be properly built out. Already though, it looks fantastic from where we ended up starting it for the exterior. You know what? Yeah, I am going to actually pull up Minecraft so that way we can get the side by side. Okay. Also, am I too quiet? I don't know. If I am, I'm going to have to turn myself up quite a couple notches. Okay, but let's see. I need to boot up Minecraft. So settings, I need to change this from full screen, and then make sure that the stream still has it shown. Good, it does. And then boot up Minecraft so that way we can do the conversion. Because all these builds that I built in Minecraft were meant to be rebuilt in Hytale. And that is what we're probably going to be doing, is just rebuilding everything to make them all really nice looking. Super excited for this entire process. Just gotta wait for the Minecraft to finish, and then we're all on board. Okay, sweet, there we go. Minecraft is up, so now we can start doing a conversion. And back to the live stream information. Perfect. And I need to full screen this just a little bit. And there we go. Okay, so now I can full screen. Actually, no, I'm not gonna full screen it. I'm gonna leave it on windowed. There is that little gap at the bottom of the stream, yes, but that is something that we're gonna have to have for just a little bit. There we go. I'll at least center it out to make sure that it's not as bad. But having it in non-full screen will end up allowing me to smoothly transition through the games without what's the word I'm looking for? Without creating just repetitive black screening, because I know that that is not something that people like to end up seeing. Oh, I just realized that that wasn't even designed like that. Okay, so over here we have a, I believe it's on this point. Let me just quickly take a look. So straight line, it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 high. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And in this, it is just half a block higher than, and in our scenario, it is even in height. I honestly like it. I think we keep it this way. That ends up going an extra mile. Then it's 1, 2, 3, 4 again, just going all the way up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. And then we can just quickly fill this in on the other side as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. And then this will be the patterning for the roof, at least on this side, and then we end up pulling this stretch all the way along. And then after that, that will be the entire way through. I did want to take a look at how some of these are over here. Okay, so the stone on this side is even all the way across. So there's no like background. Also, let me actually grab the stone. That's the most important thing to have. And then we'll also fill in this underside. Let's see, what blocks did I end up needing in? Oh yeah, I needed slabs. We need our softwood, and I'll also grab the hardwood just as extra precautionary. Should also do it with the stairs. No, I need hardwood stairs. And then I need softwood stairs. And there we go. Perfect. Now we have all the blocks that we fully should need. And just making sure that I have everything nice and evenly distributed. And last but not least, there we go. Nicely filled in. Now we just gotta do that on the other side, filling all that in, or else it's kind of leaves a messy leftover. Whoops. Slabs at times are a little bit awkward for the placement. Love it, but definitely on the more awkward side. Okay, so now we need to start filling in the roof. So, let me get a better angle for this. Okay, so the way that it was handled was just like this. It fills in all the way across here, and with a nice little turn tucking into the corner. And then from here we go up to the 1, 2, 3. So we gotta do this process 3 times. And then we will change the block palettes out. So there we go. We have 3 slopes. Now at this point, we need to go up 2 segments. And I believe that that begins the work all the way to the last bit up. So that should be the general shape that we got. Oh, whoops. Yeah, it's 3. 1, 2, and oops, 3. And then we just tuck this around the corner. Perfect. There we go. Now, for this segment though, I do need to see, it looks like this is a slab, which means that it is a roof bit. And then it is normal roofing going around. Oh, I just realized I didn't even fill this in all the way. That would be kind of important. There we go. And there we go. That fills in there. And then I believe it's a 2 high segment here. Where does it stick out by 1? 1 second, I actually have to double check this. No, it does not stick out. Oh yeah, I need some dark wood, or black wood. There we go. And now it is just going up the last step. Oops, I'm struggling a little bit with placing. And upside down staircase. And roof. And there we go. placing everything right now. There we go. And then this ended up also having the same underlined tone, where it ended up looping around. And that loop around ends up giving us the line here that we then get to start building on. There we go. And then we just place in the last bit there. Perfect. That looks amazing. Oh yeah, I just realized that we did forget to fill in the upside down stairs over here. Never forget to fill in the upside down stairs. Those are the most important elements to the entire build. Only reason that we need it is exclusively due to not having a consistent sloping. Okay, now we go full block, and too high. Oh yeah, this should also be upside down staircases. And too high again with the final too high. And lastly, our roofing. And there we go. Now we can just fill this segment in. Perfect. That is beginning to come together brilliantly. Now we do need our logs. So let's grab them, and this takes place filling in these. And then we got to, oh, this is actually one indentation back. So never mind, I don't have to change that. There we go, just like this. Right, I'm not missing anything. Maybe I am missing something. Oh wait, never mind, I'm not missing anything. I'm just forgetting that we have another bit of sloping. Sloping is important to remember. Oh, I forgot to put down the upside down stair. No wonder it didn't add up. Then we got to break those bits. Perfect. And fill in our little bit there. Oh, and then let's grab a window. Let's see, windows are under just default furniture, I believe. Never mind, they are under... Where are the windows located again? No, they were under doors. Interesting. We'll just grab the tavern windows for now. I would like different windows, but these serve their purpose pretty darn well. Okay. So now we got to just start filling in the roofing. Whoops. Ooh, that does not blend nicely there. Okay, we're gonna actually have to figure out a bit of a workaround for that bit. And I don't know what the appropriate solution, you could say, would be. Actually, wait a moment, let's... No. Okay, we're going to be working some magic, hopefully. because this is really awkward. There we go, and fill in. No, that's the wrong one still. I am honestly struggling here. This is not a clean line of building that I like. Any suggestions to how to make this? Well, what if we pull this? Oh, wait a moment. Pulling that in there actually ends up doing it so much justice. Nice, we actually solved it. Nice, 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 nice. We're doing it. There's a little bit of exposure there, but I don't think that that's too bad, honestly. It is just a little bit awkward. And then we'll just have the roofing slope away. Okay, we're gonna have a hard time with this one. I think we got to pull it back one more, and then we can slope it in. And in this case, we actually do want that pull down segment. In here, we got, oh man, got exactly what we would want. Perfect, perfect, perfect. We're doing it. We're getting through a lot of these awkward restrictions, you could say. Okay, and then it needs to be a slope down and log. Perfect. Okay. And then it's just filling in these, I think. I think that's everything I want to say. Oh wait, I forgot that this is this segment. We need to fill it in all the way through here. And there we go. And then this is where we filled it in up there. Perfect. How do we connect that through? It looks like we used a 2-segment. Oh yeah, we did it like that. Okay, yeah. Because that's the same level. A little bit of confusion, not knowing the full extent of these tools, but that is perfectly fine. Yeah, I guess we kind of did have to do that. I will see the final results before we can judge how everything fully looks. Especially with how nicely everything has been coming together so far. Really insane. Perfect. Ooh, I'm needing to make sure that these are aligned correctly. Probably should have used the rotation tool, but perfectly fine. Okay, now it is filling in when I placed that, but good thing I did. Wait. Oh, it's straight ups. Straight ups. I see, I see. There we go. A lot of figuring out, but we're moving up. Okay, so now we just need to start sloping the entire segment in, and then we'll repeat it on the other side. Perfect. Oh, I completely forgot to fill in over here as well. There we go. That is much better. Now the back is a little bit different, which is why we're not going to be moving on to the middle segment, and that we're going to be moving on. Whoops, where did I place that? There we go. Yeah, since the middle segment is a lot more different, we're going to be skipping it for now, moving on to the other half, and then we'll be coming back in just a short moment. Also, I'm not the biggest fan of this, so let's see if we can smoothly transition it. Yeah, it looks like we can smoothly transition it. Just requires a little bit more effort. Ooh. This is very rough looking. Very rough looking. We have it there. This does not blend over well at all. Oh, that's the wrong build piece. But doing something along this line still does not blend over well. We might be having a little bit of a hiccup here, because I do want to make this segment. Oh, we even have that. This is going to be a lot harder. Having it down that segment really did solve a lot, but it also caused a lot of issues. Unless we just leave it like that, which that is fully within our jurisdiction. Just feels a little bit wrong having that work like that, but better this than something that feels even worse. So I'll at least take this win. And then a block here, because we have the regular. There we go, fill that in, and there we go. That is this segment of roofing, much better. Now we got to move on over to this side and get everything properly duplicated. Now I could end up using the creative tools to end up duplicating the roof, but I like to actually build by hand a lot. Makes it a little bit more relaxing and fun. There we go. And then we just begin to slope it all the way up. And that was the third one, which then marks the beginning of our double sloping. And temporary block. Perfect. And now all that is left is to fill in the underside of these segments with our upside down stairs. Perfect. Now we fill in these portions because they are a little bit off. There we go. That only really, oh wait, it's a little bit off just because we have the wood planks getting in the way. But going to here is correct. That is the nice part. And then we can pull this along. And we can pull this over as well. Perfect. Now we just need to repeat these segments. So it's one on both sides, which I should just duplicate over here as well, so that way it's even on each way. Okay, then it's a block. Perfect, and then we have too high. And then we have one more instance of too high, so let's grab our stairs. And too high, perfect. And finally, some upside down stairs. This just allows us to then pull in our build all the way across. Yeah, and I just had to check which blocks went through the distance. So it should be a 4 distance. So 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, perfect. Let's put those all the way through, and then we need a underside block again, just for our roof. And then we can start actually filling in the roof as it should be, all the way across. And we'll have to repeat that way again, which it should be on this segment that it begins to have our little divergence that we made. So there, oh, there we go, perfect. Now, let's see. We need to get the down one layer. And, oh yeah, we forgot to build in our logs. 3, 1, 2, 3, and across, and down at the base, and fill in that segment. Perfect. Fill that in. 1, 2, 3, across, 1, 2, 3, and across, and down below. There we go. Now we can fill that in. And I believe it was 2. It was indeed 2. Perfect. Okay, and now it needs to turn inward. And then we need a 1 segment to clean up those. There we go. That's 2 bits done. And then we just resume this over. Oh, how did this break? I don't know. Interesting. I didn't think I hit it. Maybe I did. Okay, there we go. And that is filled in correctly all the way over here. Then we just need to send this all the way along. And then we'll have majority of the building completed for its roofing, which I am really excited about. I am going to fill this along though. That will just make a repeat building on the top segment a little bit easier. And oops, almost there. Perfect. And then we just need to push this all the way through. And just like that, we now have, from the very front perspective, a full looking building. That is super exciting. Yeah. Also, I might turn this up just so that way it's a little bit louder, and then I want to just double check that my audio sounds right. Okay, there we go. That part is a little quiet, so here we go. Now I'll look over here and see if the sound is actually proper. Kind of is. Not too much, though. Probably should make a new source for audio input capture. There we go. And we just pull up here. There we go. Now it should be louder is the hope. Kind of. Let's try pulling up my mic a little bit more just to see if that... Yeah, there we go. That ended up making a very large difference. Just a little bit more should end up doing it, and then a little bit of a rotation on the mic. There we go. Perfect. Now we can end up jumping back into all of this properly. So now we just need to implement the blending across. First up though, we should end up filling in the top on there. And then the back though is different. So let's actually get the back done. The pattern is still the same for the roofing, but it's the framing that is different. And that framing is what we really want. Okay, let's grab our logs. Perfect. And it's right here. Yeah, then we pull it across. And then finally we pull it up. I need to math 2, 3, 4, perfect. And then we pull across, and it should be 2. Though it is looking vastly different than our other side for some strange reason. That should have been 3 down here. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and that was the 4th one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I mismeasure something? Oh no, that is not a good sign. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This should be 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, is this 4 or is that 5? Should be 2, 3. No, that's a 4 segment, all right. I'm now actually a little bit more curious. Okay. Let's see what the problem is then. Yeah, this is down 1 too many. And the problem is that this is also down 1 too many. So where does this end up fixing itself at? So on the front side, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. So what about the back side? Where does this make sense? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where does this make sense, actually? I'm not seeing anywhere where this should end up aligning. But over in Minecraft, it is aligning. So that is very strange. It is too high here, then the stair, then the step up. We're just gonna have to pull it across this front side first, and then we'll have to find out where or how to fix it once we get through a bit further. Shouldn't be too bad though. Oh, it's just a 1 height difference, but I want to make sure that it doesn't have some messy implication later down the line where something just doesn't look right. It shouldn't be as bad as I'm making it out to be realistically, but it is always annoying to be off on a single block or two. And just about there for pulling everything across. Whoops. And let's also pull across the beam. This will make sure that, yeah, it'll just make sure that we end up getting things a little bit more right. So the issue comes from this being 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this side is 4 though. 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that's 2. Where do the numbers come in to fix things? Yeah, the aligning is perfect on my Minecraft side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. going up. Just have to double check everything again, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Wait a moment. Was the problem with the front the entire time? 1, 2, 3, 4. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1, 2. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2. So the front is also correct. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait a moment. I see the issue. Let's see if the back on this build also confirms that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, it does. Okay, so the issue that we have here is that this needed to actually go up 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, all of this needs to go up 1. Let's see. So where do we end up making this look a little neater, at least? I think this just needs to run the stone all the way. Seems kind of right. Oops. Yeah. Turn off the clipping. Okay. Let's go inside of the Minecraft build as well, just to confirm that on, yep, this side there is no interior wood beam line right there. So there we go. We have figured out the issue, and we're getting it all solved, which is perfect. Now we just need to fix the issues that we clean everything up. There we go. Okay. And I believe that that goes there as well. Then we need to swap stairs. There we go. And backside. Let's see. So it's 2 and then the stair. Oh man, that is much better. Fixing it all up. And there we go. Now everything lines up perfectly. Okay, now we can actually start filling in the walls and everything. So after there, I'm seeing where everything kind of just matches up. So it seems like here and then all the way across. Yes, that is exactly the case. There. Yeah, it needs to still get a little bit used to these the building controls. They do feel really good though. Okay. And then something just along the lines of this should end up going a long way. And I think we're basically done here. Let's just fill fill in the behind segments. There we go. That should be everything then, I would assume. Okay, and there was no curving in the front segment, it was just straight lining. Yeah, it's just straight lining, so perfect. So yeah, this is still on the standard slope. And it goes up, how many segments did it say? 1, 2, 3, 4? Is that fully right? 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4. 4 whole segments, wow. Bit surprised that I ended up doing that. Typically, I like to do things in intervals of 3. So, seeing an interval of 4 kind of is a little surprising. Okay, and then the last couple segments. And there we go. Now we have one side complete before we have to start figuring out what to do with this. Now we just need to fill in the rest. Oh, did I also fill this over the line? There we go. Oh, that's a 2 segment. And then I'm assuming that it has to go out one more. Yes, it does. So let's fill in our last little spot. And then we'll need our upside down stairs to clean up all of the mess that we just created. And perfect. And whoops, okay, then it's just the straight segments. And done. There we go. And we just need to put down the upside down staircase here and line up this entire segment. Oh, it has different variations. Okay, that was really confusing me. Yeah, I was just wondering why it ended up looking different there. Okay, there we go. That should be everything. Now we just need to fill it in on each side. A little awkward due to the hitboxes of everything, but it's honestly not the worst. Except for if I break the blocks that I'm placing. Okay, just a couple more. And last quadrant. Okay, now I don't know how this block just broke. That shouldn't have even been possible. So it looks like there is a bug that blocks are just breaking. That's a little bit annoying, but makes sense from an early access. There we go. That should hopefully not pick up the clicking as badly that I just realized. There we go. Okay. Now we just need to fill in to see where the line... Oh, it actually looks like it blends in really nicely. Do we have something easy? Oh wait, yeah, of course we do. That's because we already worked on fixing it. Well, it's great for us. Oh, but the blending here is where it's awkward. Okay, Oh, what started breaking? Oh, my logs are breaking. Did one of my lanterns break? Yes, one of the lanterns did pop off. Which lantern was it, is the question. I think it may have been right, whoops, right here. Let's double check. Yeah, it was the lantern that was right there. Okay, so it's nearly there. We just have to figure out the blending in that spot. So let's just ignore it for now. Get these sides done, and then we can figure out how to blend it again. There we go. And we're just about there to our accursed blending situation. This is so messy. Oh, it didn't look like we ended up blending over here. There we go. Gotta at least make sure that we have everything blending in a bit. Besides these awful corners. Oops. I really don't know what we want to do to solve this issue. If it was just a simple blend, then we would be able to have it be completed fairly simply. Oh, I see. I need to fill this part back in. There we go. Now each side is on the exact same issue. Oh yeah, we don't want to forget filling in the top of the roof. Perfect. Okay, now we have this really awful blend. And it slips a small segment there. Like, most people probably would never see it, but that's still not something that I like to have. Oh, did that fix it? Just a 4 blocks? Holy crap, that actually fixed it. We just needed 4 blocks. Okay, so 1 block here, 1 block here. Oh wait, it's even less than 4. It's actually only 2 blocks. Oh wait, never mind, because there is Yeah, there's a gap right there. It actually is 4. So let's see. So 1, 2, 3. There we go. Now we can blend it in. Oops, like that. And we did it. We've completed the exterior, basically. That actually went very smooth. A little bit shocking, but super exciting. Now let's just clean in the windows and then make sure that everything is fully filled in, because I just realized that we are missing a little bit of some spots. But it should just be as simple as filling in here, because this segment was aligned with the wall, not indented back. There we go. Okay. And just this last segment, and then we've fully completed the exterior. Let's go. Yeah, perfect. Like there is some small detail work that still needs to be added, but overall, I would say that we've gotten everything to a really clean state. Let's just start. Let's see, was there any slab usages? Yes, there was a lot of slab usage. A lot of trapdoors I also like to use, but we don't really... Trapdoors are just really awkward to work with, honestly. So until they end up fixing trapdoors and making them feel really good to work with, I think we're just going to ignore trapdoors entirely for now. They're just not satisfying to really build with, which is a shame because I like building with trapdoors. But until they end up adding more solid variety, and then also, let's see, what was the other thing? More solid variety along with the ability to place it on the bottom half of blocks. I can't really feel comfortable in using them. So it's just a matter of waiting until then. And those are all trapdoor segments. Of course they are. Double checking to see if there was any other slab segments, and there is on the front. Okay, so the front has here, upside down here. Oh, upside down there. And upside down here. And lastly, upside down there, and I need to check if it's there as well. It is. So there we go. Oh, and then we should add some fencing here. There we go. I really do love the dark wood fencing. Dark wood fencing, it's just really nice. So there we go. That is basically everything up. I'm missing just a couple stair locations. Not really surprised. There we go. Oops. There we go. Any other stair locations that I'm missing? Yeah, sneezed. Sneezing is awful. Okay. And I believe that I ran past this side. Yep. So there we go. That is looking a significantly large quantity better. Any other things that I want to just look for the exterior? Oh yeah, I guess it's all the lantern positions. There's a lot of lantern positions that we should end up filling in. So on the front side, I think we filled in 2 lantern positions, or 3. Yeah, we did. Oh, those aren't even on. Okay, there we go. Okay, so it's all the way over here that it is right on this spot. We need a elbow, is it called? No. What is this wood bit called? I'm just gonna have to go middle click corner. And then our lantern. Oh, I placed, there we go. And then we gotta go do it on the other side. Perfect. And then there's one also here. And then we gotta go do it on the other side as well. And then for the back side, it goes in the same spots as the front. Okay. Which is just on this inside of the dual logs. And I forgot to look at which height value we ended up actually going in the first place. So this is the 4th block from the ground. There we go. Perfect. We have now filled in the entire exterior besides trapdoors, because they really just don't feel good building with right now. There was a reason why for this entire build, there's only like 4 trapdoors, I think. Yeah, that sounds about right. I did not want to touch trapdoors like at all. Yeah, there we go. We might end up doing something with the attic at a later point, which would be very fun. But at least not for this current point. I am very pleased though with the exterior though. It looks so clean. There are some hiccups that I'm not too like fond of. Like the filled in for the dark wood in these segments where it had to be standing. Not too happy about that. But other than that, it looks really good. So yeah, that is a nice completed build. What details though could we end up slipping in possibly on the inside? We might just jump into some survival mode now. But yeah, I'm just really excited with how this build has come together. Or I would like to end up seeing some one-wide tables and desks, but this nice little trick that I ended up discovering does fill in really nice 2-wide offset table. So there's at least that. And then this is the reason why I wanted upside down trapdoors, was just so that way we don't have to deal with visible log tops. It's not very good looking. So if we get that functionality, we'll come back through and fill in every instance that we've done, which is a lot. And then if we get more trapdoor variations, then I might look at what we got, and then I'll switch out these four for the type that's nice, and then fill in all the other remainder segments where I would like to have the trapdoors. And then there might be some little extra detailing work that needs to be done, but I would say that so far it's really good. Yeah, need to take a whoops, F8. Need to take a screenshot of it, honestly. F12, there we go. Perfect. And then, yeah, just building up more things in the future. This is one fully built structure. Now we just need to get a lot more, and then we can start going for a super exciting creative world. Or not creative world, well, kind of creative. An adventure RPG map, which we will be building in creative, but players would be playing in survival. So yeah. Well, not, it would be more of the adventure mode instead of the exploration mode. But we don't have that implemented just yet. The day that we do get that implemented, then it will be very fun, because then players won't be able to interact with things that they're not fully supposed to. I hope they could still work with doors and trapdoors, though. They should. I'd be surprised if it didn't. But the things that I wouldn't want them fully interacting with would be things that, like placeables. Well, I guess I can make some placeables not interactable. There's just a little bit of hiccups to get things exactly the way that we would like. But I am very much enjoying this. Let's see, we've been alive for an hour and a half. Instead of actually doing some survival, I think I might just end up ending the stream here. And that's just due to hour and a half being a bit, and then I'll probably end up streaming later today as well. And then also just still I want to learn some more things before I get into a proper survival playthrough. I know that like everybody and their dog is doing survival right now because it's like the big thing, but I would rather learn things up properly first before jumping into it and possibly having something that people don't enjoy as much. Oh, can you not mantle onto a half block? Oh, you can't. Interesting. Now I gotta see, let's see. Okay, you can mantle onto that, and then the roof is fully easy to navigate. I wanted to try that because in Minecraft, I couldn't do this on the same build. It made me very sad that I couldn't hop around the entire roof, but I'm very happy that I can do it in Hytale now. But yeah, I think that I'll be ending it here now. It was fun doing a stream, even though there was, I don't know if there was 0 all the way through. I think it was 0 all the way through. But at least it still is going to be a VOD that people can end up rewatching on YouTube at any later date. So, fare the well, and I will see you all next time.